Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So within today's video, we are going to be talking about Kounde again, because more sources are now officially claiming that Kounde might actually be leaving in the summer. Like 48 hours ago, I did not see this coming. I was never even thinking about Kounde maybe leaving Barcelona in a couple of months, but now here we are and we're hearing only stories about Kounde not happy at Barcelona, that he doesn't want to play in the center back position and not in the right back position. Xavi Hernandez though, about 2 or 3 days ago, did explain what was the situation regarding Kounde, and this is what he said. We have spoken with one another and left happy. I was very clear with him. I know there's a lot of noise, but the player left happy and so did I. I don't see much of a problem now. What Xavi is explaining here is his relationship between him and Kounde, but that does not cover the full story, because we have to remember that one of the reasons why Kounde could be tempted to leave is because of the people that is around him, telling him, hey look, there's other offers here, they're willing to give you this amount of money. We also know that you're not really happy in your position, you have told us before. Maybe there could be a deal out there in the Premier League, or maybe in the Italian league, or in the French league. And Kounde is probably like, you know what, you're right, maybe Barcelona is not the club for me. So there's influence around Kounde. And Kounde, when he had that meeting with Xavi, Kounde was like, yeah, sure. But deep down inside, he was like, I don't really want to argue with Xavi Hernandez, and I'm just going to be making decisions behind the scenes without really saying anything or speaking to anybody. Maybe Kounde is just going in that way and taking that type of approach. So to me, when Xavi said that we both left happy, I don't really even think that does matter. Now look, I want to make one thing very clear. When I see that a player is not happy in a certain position, that's completely normal. Every manager in the world and in Europe has experienced situations like this. It happened to Pep Guardiola, it happened to Klopp, it happened to Ten Hag, it happened to so many coaches. This is a very normal thing when a player's like, I want to play in a different position. I'm not really happy on where you set me in the starting 11. But here's the big problem. I have always been a fan that puts Barcelona first before any player. I don't care if Barcelona have Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, Kylian Mbappe, Lewandowski, Kevin De Bruyne, Erling Haaland. I don't care who it is or who Barcelona have. Barcelona has to come first. And when I hear that a player is not happy with his current role, I'm always going to be placing Barcelona first. And if Kounde wants to go into the center back position and disrupt that fantastic duo that Araujo and Christensen have built through this season, I'm gonna have to tell Kounde and say, hey look, we understand that you want to play in the center back position, but at the moment, what we are seeing right now between Christensen and Araujo, we do not want to break that. I'm sorry. Most likely we will continue to play you in the right back position next season, and if you don't like that, then you're gonna have to go somewhere else. And I know that makes me sound very stuck up, but that is just the reality. Like, if a player is not happy, they're gonna have to move somewhere else. And it's unfortunate to see that Kounde has this type of attitude if this ends up being real, because if Kounde is like realizing, right, and he knows that the backline is working and that Barcelona are looking at better results than they have ever did in the past couple of years, and he still says that he wants to go into a different position and give Barcelona all sorts of different difficulties in that lineup, then Kounde is thinking for himself. He's thinking for, how can I make myself happy, and not really thinking about how can I make Barcelona perform better. And we don't need individuals like that in the squad, which is why I do say Barcelona must come first. Kounde should not go first at all, because if you say, yes, if Kounde wants to play in the center back position, we have to move Christensen out, put him in the bench, but why? Like, why do that? Why disrupt that back line? And why shift so many things in order to just make one player happy? Why shift Kounde in the center back position and then be forced to buy a right back that might potentially cost us 85-90 million euros? And we also know that our priority is to sign a central defensive midfielder that might cost a lot of money. Even Xavi Hernandez said that our priority is to sign a central defensive midfielder. Kounde wanting to play in a different position is not going to allow us to do that. So you see how like it disrupts the whole team. And I know that Kounde knows this. Like, he's not someone that's stupid. I know Kounde is smart. I know that he's very well aware on how great Barcelona has been as a collective. And so for him to say this, I just don't think that he really cares about Barcelona's collective performance. He cares about in what position can I perform at the very best. And that's basically it, regardless if it hurts the team. So again, going back to like my personal opinion, I don't want to believe that all of this is true. I don't want to believe that Kounde is saying, I want to play in the center back position, because if not, then I'm probably going to consider going somewhere else. I don't want to believe that, because I like Kounde. I like what Kounde has been bringing. He's a world-class player and his ceiling is very high. And if he truly believes in this project, he would stay no matter what. Even if Xavi Hernandez gave that promise to Kounde that if he were to come to Barcelona, he would build a great partnership with Araujo in the center back position. Like, I understand that there's also that side of the conversation. And I also understand where Kounde's frustration is coming from, and also from his entourage. But still, you won La Liga by like 12 to 13 points. You were in the starting 11. You should know, and you should be very well aware that you are building something special with this club. And so if Kounde ends up leaving, I also want to talk about the next topic of this video. How should Barcelona move after Kounde's exit? Now, let me make another thing very clear. If they end up selling this player, at the very least, they should be selling him for around 100 million euros and nothing less. 100 million, because of his quality, because of his age, because of how early he is in his contract. There's just no reason for for us to sell Kounde for around 75, 80, 85, 90 million euros. It has to be 100 million euros. And once we bring those 100 million euros, I would like to get Cancelo and another center back, which we will be talking about in a couple of seconds. So if we get Cancelo only and let go of Kounde, that would be a loss. If we get Foyth only and let go of Kounde, that would also be a loss. If we get Arnau Martinez only and release Kounde to a different team, that is also going to be another loss. If we sign a player, let's say for example Cancelo, we must sign another center back. There's just no way we're going to let go of a player that can play in two different positions, because it makes me very nervous knowing that if we go into the next season, we only have Araujo and Christensen as the real deals in our center back positions, because I don't really trust Marcos Alonso. I don't trust Inigo Martinez. I don't trust Eric Garcia like I do with Araujo and Christensen. We're going to need another world-class center back, and the player that I would think could really suit this Barcelona team would be Upamecano. If Barcelona can sell Kounde for 100 million euros and we bring in Upamecano and Cancelo, please make it happen at all costs. I would not even ask for another signing this summer besides Messi. I know that I have also talked about how Kimmich is our priority, but if we let go of Kounde, the priorities are going to be shifting. Like, I'm sorry to say that, and that's the thing that really annoys me about this whole thing, is the fact that we're even having this conversation and Kounde has to leave only because he wants to play in a specific position. But I would love to bring in someone like Upamecano. He would be so worth it. He would be worth the investment. I understand that Cancelo and Upamecano and Kimmich all play in Bayern Munich and we're basically taking Bayern Munich's team, but who knows what Bayern Munich is thinking right now. I know they're going to be having some sort of revolution over there in Germany. But Upamecano is a great center back. He's right-footed. He's very technical on the ball. This season with Bayern, he was in third place for the best pass completion rate. He was in second place when it comes to the amount of passes into the final third. He has also been in seventh place in the amount of progressive passes with Bayern Munich. So he would be a great fit. So besides that, what is also going to be the latest regarding Kounde? And it says here, according to 21 Marty, that 24 hours after the news broke out of Kounde, the feeling is that the relations are being torn between Kounde and some people in the club's offices. The dressing room admits the player is starting to feel very uneasy. Mateo Moreto has also explained that there's a very good chance that Kounde could leave Barcelona this summer because there are many Premier League clubs that are very interested, like for example Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal, Chelsea, all very interested in Kounde. And I believe that if any of these clubs are in the race to sign Kounde, I honestly think that Kounde can be sold for 100 million euros easy, right? Easy. And we'll see how things do pan out. But that is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.